Oh my god.
Warlock, I rig the bat. Battlecry, fill your board with copies of this minion. It's a beast. But why? If it wasn't Shaman, you could evolve it, I guess. But board full of 1/1s for 8 mana is just bad. I don't see any synergy with it. 1 star. Hand buff. Okay, how do you buff this minion? To make it worth it, it has to be at least 4/4. I don't think Kolento makes it any better. Soul Infusion. Hellfire. I don't think it's playable, it's 1. High Priestess Jerk Leak. Taunt Lifesteal. When you discard this, add 2 copies of it to your hand for mana 3/4. And there's some discard cards introduced, but like this is a 4 mana 3/4 Taunt Lifesteal. It's not so good. What's good about it? It gives you something to discard if you run discard cards. There's no control discard, right? They give us a pseudo control when you can discard the lowest card in your hand. And Clutch Mother Zavas is actually very good then, right? Because oftentimes it's gonna be the lowest card in your hand. But this card is 4 mana, and it's actually quite tough to make it the lowest one. And by itself, it's a 4 mana 3/4 Taunt Lifesteal. Well, it's not good. Corpse Taker as a body is not even crazy. And this one has 1 more life and doesn't have Wind Fury. Actually, text isn't very clear. When you discard this, add 2 copies of it to your hand. It doesn't say like add 2 copies of this card. So maybe it even keeps all the buffs you have on it. So it's like really unclear. If it keeps the buffs, it's actually more interesting. Because you can buff it and get 2 copies of it and it's better, but still it kinda sucks. I don't see a deck where I want to be playing it. And also this card sucks too. I don't like discarding cards, like it's just a bad mechanic. Even if it's pseudo control, like discarding the most left card. It's just such a big price to pay when you discard your own card. Soul Warden, Battlecry, add 3 random cards you discarded this game into your hand. I mean, that's good. 6 mana, 6/6 draws 3. But for the Warlock, it's not a demon. Reckless Die, Troll, Taunt, Battlecry, discard your lowest cost card. Blizzard have been trying to push this card for so long, you know? Like, and every single attempt was pretty miserable. Okay, there was discard Zoo actually, and it was playable. But it was bad, like, it was super RNG heavy. Like, it wasn't a bad deck, but like, it wasn't a very enjoyable one to play. And there's no more Silverware Golem too. Okay, High Priestess Jacklick, I'll give... Not quite sure about interactions yet, let's give it 1.5. Soul Warden is 1.5. Reckless Die Troll. Okay, Reckless Die Troll is 2. Shriek, 1.5. All this discard stuff, I'm not a big fan of. Void Contract, 8 mana, destroy half of each player's deck. Okay, where do we play it? Only reason to play it is to, screw up Shadowwork Shamans and all this combo stuff. Demonic Project just works better, I think. I think it's bad, just 1 star too. You can destroy a Gul'dan and then you kinda cry. Useless against aggro, useless against tempo, only for combo. Such cards are proven not to be good. And Spirit of the Bat, 2 mana 0/3, stealth 1 turn. After a friendly minion dies, give a minion in your hand +1/+1. Oh, you know what else gives you minions +1/+1 and cost 2 mana? This card is for the zoo, right? And I think Heartless is too important, so it's bad. It's just 1 star for now, but it might see some play after rotation. Grim Rally, destroy a friendly minion, give your minions +1/+1. Destroy a friendly minion, give your minions +1/+1. Oh, dude. Druid has same card, or it had same card, but it wasn't destroying a minion. Also, Warlock has a 3 mana card, destroy a random minion, sacrifice your creature and destroy a random minion. So it's like same as Deadly Shot, except you have to kill your own minion. Kill your own minion is bad. Why would I get a card for same mana cost as other classes, but I have to kill my stuff? This is just ridiculous. Egg Synergy, oh my god. Okay, +1/+1 is more appealing than 3 mana destroy minion or 3 mana Deadly Shot. I think it's bad. It's 1 star. Now Warrior. 4 mana 4/3, War Master Wound. Battlecry, copy all dragons in your hand. Dragon Warrior. Ele Giggle. I saw the raunchy animations though, that was pretty funny. Okay, like, there has to be some more synergy, like, if there are few dragons, maybe some neutrals, and some good, like, synergies with dragons, then sure, but, like, in Wild, I think Dragon Warrior can be quite solid. The Wild is kind of a problem for Standard, because it always holds you back. You can't just print powerful stuff without looking at the Wild format. So like all this Dragon Synergy stuff, it just can't be so powerful, or else the Wild will be broken. Alexstrada's champion and stuff like that is super strong. Blocking Corruptor. Now rate this card as 1, but after all cards revealed, it could be an awesome card, but everybody will hear your words and say like Kolento didn't recognize imbalanced card. Yeah, maybe. But I'll make a review once the set will be out as well, and I'll correct the cards and explain why I made the correction once the set will be out. So yeah, for now, like, I don't think it's just powerful enough. 4 mana 4/3. Duplicating your dragons, like, it's not even so strong. There are no dragons you want to duplicate. 4 mana 4/3 is a Tempolas. And it's not an Outcast card, and Ad Warrior is the best deck right now. So it's just a 1-star right now. Southrace, 6 mana 4/4, overkill, you may attack again. Well, like, if the board is so big, you want to brawl, or Reckless Flurry, or you can use your Super Collider to kill 2 minions. In Southrace, maybe I shouldn't look at it like a control tool. If you plan some sort of more aggressive warrior, you can use this card to go face while also clearing the taunts, small taunts, right? You like overkill all the minions and then you smirk. Well, there's no solid tempo warrior list right now, and I don't see much support for it. This card is also not an outcast, so like weapons in normal warrior, you can get so much armor to afford to tank stuff a lot of times. Also, it has an overkill, right? So if you can't kill anything, if there's a big minion, it's pretty useless. And Super Collider competes with it. I just think it's bad as well. It's like 1.5 star, I think. Smolden Horn Lancer, 3 mana 3/2, Battlecry, if you're holding a dragon, destroy damage to enemy minion. This card is execute plus a body. It's good, but you need to have dragons. I will still give it 2.5 star. Just because it's very powerful. I don't think it's gonna be played in this rotation though. Unless there will be like a lot of dragons printed. Not just a few. There have to be a lot of them, and they have to be good. Like, the card is good, but it won't just make you play dragons because it's just not good enough. Unless dragons are good by themselves. That's the idea. Heavy Metal, summon a random minion with cost equal to your armor up to 10. It also sounds bad. There's a Geosculptor Eep for 8 mana, and it's actually a body, and gives you a minion every turn. And Heavy Metal, like, and even Geosculptor Eep was mostly used in recruit decks. So you can, like, recruit a minion with a weapon and then play an armor gain card. Heavy Metal is also not an outcast card, so you can play it in Odd Warrior. Bring it on into Heavy Metal and you get a 10 drop. I don't know, guys, it's just like slow, and even if you get a 10 drop, if you play in a deck like that, you probably have to be trading with it. I think it's bad. Let's give it 1 star. Overlord Sweep. 3 mana 2/4, after you play a minion and deal 1 damage to it. Oh my god. 3 mana 2/4 weapon is bad. Dealing damage to minions is bad. This card is bad. It's 1 star. Okay, neutrals now. Hakar the Soul Flyer. 10 mana 9/6. The throttle shuffle a corrupted blood into each player's deck. Cast when drawn, take 3 damage. After you draw, shuffle 2 copies of this into your deck. So it doesn't say draw a card, right? So it's basically, it wastes your draw. You draw it, you take 3 damage, and that's it. And you shuffle 2 of this garbage into your deck. Let's start with the downside. Downside is it's a 10 mana 9/6. 10 mana is very expensive. When is it good? It's when your deck is large and your opponent deck is small. So then you play this card and your opponent has drawn nothing but corrupted blood all the time. Again, it has a death rattle, it's not a Battlecry, it can be silenced, it can be hexed. Empty deck, -1, -2, -3, -4. That's actually interesting. You don't mill with it, right? If you play an Odd Warrior and the board is clear, you never die. But so is your opponent. Your opponent will only be taking 3 as well. Anti-Megathon. I think it's useless. 10 mana is too expensive. You shuffle this shit into each player's deck, and then when you draw it and your opponent draws it, it doesn't even do much. So it's like 10 mana, and it doesn't even have a clear upside. It doesn't work like that. You draw. Yeah, it's just a 1-star. I don't think it has any implications. Undasa. 7 mana, 7/7 beast, a rush, overkill, summon a beast from your hand. Okay, let's compare it to Katharina. Katharina, you play a minion and you get a minion from your deck. You don't have to pay a card to summon it. You play Undasa. Okay, it has a rush, so you get to remove something immediately. It's 1 mana more, and you have to pay a card, and you have to have a card in your hand to get anything of use. If you have a small beast, you get a small beast. And it's not so good, actually. Would I play this and the Throttle Hunter? Yes, because this guy is a beast itself. It's probably better than King Crush. Because you Katharina into Undasa, Undasa kills something, you get a beast from your hand. But it's more like a replacement for the high main rather than anything else. Oftentimes you're stuck with Witchwood Grizzly in your hand anyway. But you probably have to run high main still, because you want to have a minion in your hand to summon when you play the Undasta. Yeah, so like it's not broken, it's fine-ish. It has limited applications though. Druid has some beasts as well nowadays. Maybe it's gonna be decent in Druid too. But yes, I said like Druid and beasts, like I didn't rate Ironhide, Dryhorn highly. It doesn't feel as great. Also like all those minions there are just not defensive. Undasta can at least rush into somebody. But it's very easy to overkill a minion, and if you get a 7/7 for free, it's nice. Let's give it 2.5 star. It's neutral card, kinda strong, we'll probably see played somewhere. Grifta, 4 mana 4/5, Battlecry discover 2 cards, give one to your opponent at random. If give equals, you don't get it, but the opponent gets it. Well, then it's just trash. God, why are there so many? Okay, it's 1 star then. 1.5 star set, like guys, what do you want? You know, I rated previous expansion very lowly as well. What was the name even? It had such a little impact, I even forgot how. Boomsday. Do you have many playable cards from Boomsday? Not really. I think one of the good ones I named were Warriors cards. I think Dr. Boom I rated kind of low, because I was thinking Odd Warrior will be the only playable warrior, and like you don't want to replace Hero Power. But it seems like Dr. Boom was still good enough. And Spider Bomb.